Hey guys, Anish Walde here from Tech Vision 360, and as you guys know, I love doing product reviews. I've already done a product review of OtterBox, the iPhone case. I've done a product review of the Samsung Galaxy Ace cell phone, and this time I'm doing a product review of the BlackBerry Curve 9360. Okay guys, so I'm going to talk to you about the tech specs of the phone, which is the inner hardware. I'm going to talk about the buttons. I'm going to talk about the OS, which is the operating software, and I'm basically going to give you guys a full review of this phone, which I'm going to try to cover basically everything about the phone. So let's get right ahead. I'm going to start with some of the tech features about this phone. This phone was announced on 2011 in August. The OS that it's running is OS 7. It has a 3.5mm jack. It's got what more can I say about this phone? It has near field communication, which is quite cool. It's got Wi-Fi, obviously, because it is a smartphone, and that's basically more or less it for that. There's also no radio, sadly. But now let's get to some of the talk time and that kind of thing. The standby for this phone is up to 336 hours. That's a lot. The talk time for this phone is up to 5 hours on 2G and 5 hours on 3G. So that's still by itself pretty impressive. And one thing which I'm quite impressed about is the music play is 25 hours. So personally, I think that this is a good phone overall, but in this case, because the price is pretty good, it's not that pricey, but it's still quite pricey. I mean, it is a BlackBerry phone. So right now, let's go ahead and let's go on to the tech specs, in the sense that I'll talk about the model. Alright guys, so here's basically the model of the BlackBerry Curve 9360. So right now I'll just show you guys the first part of the model, which is the QWERTY keypad. This is one of the things which makes the 9360 so special. It has the QWERTY keypad, which is actually quite easy to type on. Sometimes I do make mistakes on it though. It's not that easy, but it is okay. And I think for bigger people it's harder because their thumbs click too, and like fingers. It's quite hard for the bigger people, the adults, but once you get used to it, it's fine. So I'll just show you guys here by typing something really quickly. I'm going to type, "Hi, this is Anish Walde." Here we go, and so I typed it, made a mistake there again. So as you can see, you can make mistakes easily on this phone, but it is also easy to correct them because of the delete button. It's easy to correct your mistakes because of the delete button. Anyways, now I'll just one more thing, which brings me to the buttons of the phone. You might not be able to see here, but it's quite hard to see actually, but there are two buttons. If you look from the side, this one is the volume up and the volume down, and this middle one is, I think, play or pause. It can play or pause music, or videos. So for example, let me see if I have any music on this phone. So go to my media, music, and I have only one song called "I Wish" by Matt Palmer. I have no idea who that is, so I can just play it. I can make it louder with this button, like I said before. Pause. So which brings me to the sound quality. As you heard, the sound quality is not bad. It's not top of the line fantastic, but it's not that big of a deal either. So what other buttons are there? I like this button quite a lot. This is the lock button, which is like the iPhone lock button, except it's much cooler. When you click it, the BlackBerry obviously locks. It has a nice fade out transition. But this one is actually not one specific button. It's just one specific button, but it's underneath, so there's nothing sticking out on the top over here, which gives it a nice smooth feel. The micro USB charging slot, micro USB charging slot is over here. The micro USB charging slot, so that's pretty cool as well. Just plug it in like that, and it's all good. One more about this phone. I think that it's probably not gonna slip if you hold it like this a lot, but the back, obviously the back does not have a grip like any of the iPhones. It doesn't have a slip like the iPhone grip. So basically the back is like the iPhones, except it doesn't slip as easily. So overall, obviously my screen is smudged, but overall I'll just go to these buttons. These buttons remind me of the Samsung Galaxy Ace, which I reviewed earlier, except for one difference which I found was that these buttons aren't touch. These buttons actually you have to press them in order to make them function. So like this is basically a trackpad over here. It's not actually practically it's not a button or a roller like they used to have. But if I want to scroll up, I can scroll up like that. So basically it's a trackpad. I don't think it's multi-touch because you can't really use it for a multi-touch trackpad anyways. And another thing I forgot to mention earlier is this button over here, which is the convenience key. I've set it to contact, so if I press it, it'll open my contacts here. So I'll just close it up again. So basically that's very important. So now, because I'm there anyways, I'll show you my options. The options, you can edit the sound and ringtones, network connections, display, device, call management, and whatnot. You can also change the convenience key here. Click convenience key and make it do whatever I want it to do. So everything that I can also, there's so many things you can edit about this phone, which I also like quite a lot. There is the network and connections actually is editable from here. So basically what I mean is from here is when you're on the phone, like say it's locked, you put it down and you just take it up and you open it, and you quickly want to access Wi-Fi, or you quickly want to turn on Wi-Fi, just scroll up there, click it, and you have all these quick options. Let me focus it. So you have all the quick options right here. Wi-Fi status, you can go to your settings really quickly. Options, that's how you go to settings too. And you can set silent mode from here. And your notifications will come up in this bar over here, so it'll show the notifications. So another thing I like is the favorites. You can add favorite applications. I haven't actually added any favorite applications yet because I haven't used this phone for that long. But so if I wanted to add this as a favorite application, I have to click the BlackBerry key and mark it as favorite, and then when I go to my favorite section, my contacts application will be there. So that's basically it for the OS, more or less. Tell me what more you guys want from this review. I'll post another video if you guys do want anything else, or if you guys have questions, I'll answer your questions as best to my abilities. So I do say this a lot, but this phone is good. I like this phone quite a lot. I don't think I'm gonna use it a lot in the future, but for people who can't afford the iPhone 4 or 4S, sorry, the reason I'm saying that they should get this phone or any other phones I've reviewed in the past if they can't afford or do not want the iPhone 4S is because for me the iPhone 4S will always come first. It's not because I'm not being partial or anything. I have actually experienced different types of phones. It's just out of my experiences, iPhone 4S is what sticks out the best. So I like this phone quite a lot. The QWERTY function actually helps me in texting people and typing. I don't see how that's much different from the iPhone 4 touchscreen, but anyways, it doesn't really matter that much to me. But overall, I still like this phone. And I did forget to mention one thing earlier. It's that the camera is a 5 megapixel camera with geotagging, face detection, image stabilization, video, and all that kind of stuff. There is no camera on the front, and there is this. Do not mistake this for a camera. This thing lights up red when you have a notification, and that's mainly because the BlackBerry phones are mainly for business people to basically be alerted. Say if they're in a meeting, they see that it's flashing red, then they know that they had a missed call or message or email or something of the sort. So I do like that. Lastly, guys, rate this video, like it, comment on it. Tell me whether you if you do have the BlackBerry 9360 or any BlackBerry at all. Tell me what your favorite part about BlackBerry phones are. And if you do not have a BlackBerry, tell me, do you want one? And what do you anticipate to be your favorite part about your new BlackBerry? So anyways, guys, share this video on Facebook, please. It helps me out a lot. And that's basically it, guys. Later. See you in my next video.